today we'll be resuming with John C. today.
And why was I called here?
How should I know? I was just ordered to bring you.
It's been a while since I was last at an FBI office. If anything happens to me, I'll make sure they know about you.
What? Dr. Kimishima?
You won't accept? No matter what?
I refuse. I'm a doctor, not one of your little agents.
You're a master surgeon who can't operate anymore.
Oh, damn.
I wish I didn't have to resort to threats, Miss Kimishima. Let me remind you that you are only free on plea bargain. You still suffer from the disease you gave yourself. You don't have that many cards left to play at this point.
The infected areas that were inoculated have been extracted. But please don't forget. The genes imprinted in your cells will remain with you. I'll come up with a plan too. Please, stay alive till then.
I don't have a choice, do I? Let's talk business.
Here's the intel. The agency thanks you for your cooperation.
Hey, Naomi. It's me, Gabe.
Took you a while. Did you receive the biopsy sample?
Yeah, I did. We had a patient here with the same condition.
My bad feelings come true then. Did the operation go well?
Yeah, the patient made it. I called in a special surgeon.
I see. And the cause of it all? Could it be an epidemic?
I can't say. Like you, I'm getting a bad feeling here. Anyways, try and get over here as soon as possible.
Well, all right.
You're Dr. Kimishima of CIFM, right? I'm with the Gossip. I hear you're helping the FBI with some difficult cases.
I'm not involved.
Come on, don't be like that. Is it true you could be dead? Why were you with the FBI today? Is it about the bombings?
What a mess. The media doesn't know what discretion is.
Word.
It's as if they revel in the deaths of innocents.
Dr. Kimishima, the corpse has arrived.
What's with those clothes?
Oh, there's some camera crews outside, so Dr. Kimishima, hey, wait up!
The mysterious raging lava, the focus of public attention. When people die, they become things. But the voice, he was cut off. Didn't he even have a chance to see his death coming?
Yeah, it's like
A death like this must leave you unsatisfied. All
Alright.
right,
Like unexpected.
I'll find the malice lurking in the dark. Huh. You're late, little guy. Hurry up and get ready.
You're the one who left me behind.
That's because of your foolishness. Tell me the facts.
Alright. The case this time is the series of bombings lately.
I gathered this is about the raging bomber, correct?
Yes, he calls his victims first and has killed 3 so far. A politician, an entertainer, and now an athlete.
I see. And there are no clues? No wonder the FBI is panicking.
Ouch. That's harsh. But I can't argue against it. This body is the former Aiden Posner, a tennis player. Since the First Lady is coming to Portland in a few days, we need this case solved ASAP.
So this isn't for the people who live here. Oh, no.
It's not like that. It's in everyone's best interest.
In any event, what do we know about the case?
We have items left at the scene and his manager's testimony. We also have a record of the call before the bombing.
Right. Let's check everything. We might find a clue. I'm not going to sympathize or have a pity on you, but I will see that you get the farewell you deserve. Let's begin. Show me how your flame is extinguished.
Right. Oh, Jesus.
This wound is likely from the impact of the explosion. Studying the pattern of these wounds may help us determine how far the victim was from the explosion. This piece of metal is lodged in the corpse's body. This is probably because... Right. The force from an explosion can turn almost anything into a deadly projectile. We'll need to look at this later to find out just what it is, though. What is this? There's some kind of substance on his finger. It's peculiar that it's there. Further research may tell us more. The epidermis on the hand has thickened stratum corneum. This indicates repeated application of pressure, friction, or force to the cell, a condition commonly known as a callus. If I recall correctly, his occupation was... Ah, yes, he was a tennis player. This means that his dominant hand was... Right. This, along with the musculature on the arm, suggests he was right-handed. Hey, little guy, I need something looked at.
Okay. This? It's a piece of steel pipe. You can find this anywhere. What do you need me to check?
It was lodged in Aiden's corpse, probably propelled by the blast.
I see. I'll perform a chromatographic scan on it then.
Please do.
This.
Have you found anything out?
There's black powder on it. It was probably used as the propellant in the explosion.
I see. If that's the case, then that piece of metal is... Yes, it's most likely part of the bomb that killed the victim. Black powder and a steel pipe. We're one step closer to finding out how this bomb was made. What's this substance, little guy?
Give me a moment. I'd assume it's something that was carbonized by the blast. Huh. No, wait.
What's the matter?
Well, this isn't soot or a remnant of something that had been burned.
Then what is it?
If I were to make a decision based on what I see here, it's carbon dust.
Carbon dust? Why would something like that be on the victim?
I thought you'd ask that, but, well, I don't have a clue.
Tell me why they hired you again?
Hey, people don't just run into carbon dust in their daily lives. Using it as a component in a bomb is unusual too. Honestly, I just don't know.
Oh well. Let's just keep this fact in mind for later then. Can I bother you, little guy? I want to know more about these wounds.
Sure. The wounds spread in a radial pattern. Looking at the angles, it seems that they're centered on the abdomen.
In an explosion, the shockwave travels in a sphere from the point of origin. Of course, parts of the bomb and the surrounding materials are caught up in the shockwave. The wounds on the body indicate this radial pattern. If the bomb did in fact cause these wounds, the bomb must have been... Yes. It would have been very close, within a meter of the victim. In other words, the bomb was right in front of the victim when it went off.
Yikes. I'd never want that to happen to me.
Jeez.
Yes, I'm alright. I've calmed down now. Yes, I heard that the next target would be an athlete, but I never imagined Aiden would be murdered. We just had the security on his home increased after all. He didn't want to do it, but I convinced him. Yes, the more famous you are, the more danger you're exposed to. On the day it happened, I was going to go over some arrangements with him. I called him about an hour before. He seemed to be perfectly normal then. When I parked in front of his house, it suddenly exploded. Huge flames just burst out the windows. It was so sudden. I thought that there had been a gas leak or something and that I had to rescue him. I managed to force the door open and I saw him on the floor. I frantically pulled him out by his legs. But by the time I got him out of the house, he wasn't breathing anymore.
Dr. Kimishima, did you review the testimony recording? Oh, by the way, about the manager, there's almost no chance that she's the culprit.
How do you figure that?
We've done a complete background check on her, and her home has been searched thoroughly. Based on that, I'd say that we can trust her testimony.
Is that so? So, is the bomber a magician then?
Huh?
According to the manager's testimony, the victim's security was perfect. How did this so-called revolutionary plant the bomb in his house, arm it, and timed the explosion perfectly to kill the victim.
Good question. The only thing we can say about this bomber is that the victims were killed by bombs.
Let's continue investigating then. It's my job to solve cases like this.
Hello? Hey! You listening? It's the Revolutionary! You guys must be total idiots! I win again! 3 out of 3! So ridiculous! Seriously, the police here are a joke. But still, now the big boys are listening, yeah! Stepping up to the plate! You know, who is it that's in the newspaper? The Corpse Whisperer? Yeah, that is one smoking hot tomato. She's definitely my type. Now that she's paying attention, I'll be nice and give this my best shot, too. Ready? Okay. It'll be a white guy. That's my only hint. You better try your best. She's supposed to be a real firecracker, right? I'm looking forward to this.
Lunatic. He disgusts me.
This murder is just a game to him. Sick bastard. Well, it's not like we're ones to talk.
Have you forgotten our promise, little guy?
Oh, right. I'm talking about the past. Sorry.
So, was the voice on the phone processed at all?
We've run a spectrographic analysis on the voice from the recording. It doesn't look like there's any audio manipulation being applied to the voice. Cocky bastard.
I see. So that's the revolutionary's real voice, is it? If that's true, then we can tell that he's... That was a young man's voice. He also gave us an advance notice of the next bombing. He said that his next target would be... That's right, a Caucasian male. That's a little vague.
No kidding. We're doing what we can to narrow down possible targets.
Oh, good. We don't want any more deaths from this maniac's hands.
Dr. Kimishima, another corpse has arrived.
Another one? What are you talking about?
The newest victim. There was another bombing.
The raging bomber again?
Yes, apparently. The corpse is in the autopsy room. Please investigate it when you have time.
All right, I'll look at it right away. The fourth one. How many more will there be by the time this is all over? I can't hear anything. So he died before he was able to say anything about his death. The corpse has obvious lacerations and burns caused by the explosion. These wounds look very similar to the ones found on Aiden's corpse. This requires further investigation. There's something on the fingertip. I've seen this somewhere before. Now, where is that? Yes, I noticed this on the third victim, Aiden Posner, as well. There's something a little different about this, though. It's... Yes, Aiden had it on a different part of his hand. The substance on Aiden's hand was... That's right. It was on the little finger of his right hand. I should have these compared to see if they're the same substance.
Oh, Dr. Kimishima, we've found some information about the victim.
I'm listening.
Let's see. The victim is Stephen Eldred. He's 20 years old and is a student at a local college.
And the Caucasian male, as in the bomber's warning.
Yes, but we still don't know if this is the revolutionaries doing or not.
Well, finding out shouldn't make us any happier. It's another life lost.
Right. This might sound a little morbid, but we got lucky with this explosion. It didn't cause any fires or structural damage, so the crime scene is more or less intact. This gives us a better opportunity to find out who did it, no matter who it was.
Oh, that's true. The more information we can get, the better. Investigating the crime scene and the corpse may help us progress in the investigation.
Right. I've sent all the information we have right now to your computer. I'll have HQ get us a recording of the original bomb threat, too.
Please do. I'm going to continue investigating. This room belonged to the fourth victim, Stephen Eldred. The explosion was concentrated on the right side of the room. The left side is almost untouched. Huh? What's that sound? Oh, so that's what it was. Hello?
Excuse me, but isn't this Mr. Eldred's residence?
That's correct. And you are...
Michael Lang. I'm from London, Texas. If you are aware of our business model, then you must know why I'm calling.
Huh. You're a loan shark. Does that mean Stephen Eldred has a debt?
I will not divulge any of my customers' personal information. Please let Mr. Eldred know that we're trying to contact him. Well then.
Michael Lang from Loan and Taxes. Was that really a call from a loan shark? Could this be the computer that the victim used? This may still have some information we can use. Let's power it up and see what there is. Odd. The screen isn't turning on. It's not accepting any input either. Could it be broken? Wow, this is filthy. It appears to be a broken guitar. It seems to stand out compared to the rest of this room. What could this piece of metal be from? It's embedded rather deep. It was most likely launched by the force of the explosion. Hey, little guy. I need some help from you.
What are you up to now?
I'm insulted. There's somebody I need you to look into.
Is that all? That shouldn't be a problem.
Good. His name is Michael Lang. He's a loan shark.
Plan planning on buying a house soon?
Stop playing around. He called the victim's phone.
I see. Was it a collection call? Did the victim owe him money?
He hung up before I could find out. That's why I'm asking for your assistance.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I'll look into him.
Make sure to check whether or not he's employed at a place called Loan and Taxes. For all we know, the man who called was the farmer himself.
I'll keep that possibility in mind.
Hey, little guy, can you look at something for me?
The computer won't boot up? It was in an explosion. It's probably broken.
That doesn't really matter as long as we can get the data from the hard drive.
True. Huh. Wait a second.
Did you find something?
Yes. The computer's fine. It's not starting up because it's locked.
Is there any way to unlock it?
Well, we could try to force our way in, though there's a chance it'll wipe itself and we'll lose the data. It seems the victim was using voice authentication software.
Voice authentication. So it'll only start up using the owner's voice.
Yes, but it belonged to Stephen Eldred.
So it'll never start up again.
Oh, Dr. Kimishima, do you need something analyzed? What's this?
This was found in the fourth victim's corpse. Can you see if this is the same substance that was found on Aiden's hand?
Sure, it'll just take a moment. This is carbon dust, too. There's no mistaking it.
I thought as much. But why would they both have carbon dust on them? I need these wounds analyzed, little guy.
Okay, let's see. Radially expanding wounds. It's very similar to Aiden's injuries, though the explosion itself seems a little smaller.
If the wounds are the same shape, the reason why should be obvious. These wounds can tell us that... Yes, this victim was killed by a close-range explosion as well. At first glance, it looks like the same method was used. I should compare the two to learn more. Hey, little guy, can you tell me anything about this?
Yes, of course. It's a piece of metal.
I collected it from the wall of the room the explosion happened in, so I thought...
Yep, it's a piece of steel pipe. It could have come from anywhere. The chromatographic scan shows traces of black powder. The powder was used as the explosive propellant.
Now we know for sure what that piece of metal is. It's...
Yes, it's likely the same situation that occurred with Aiden's death. The analyses show that the powder and the metal are exactly the same as those found in Aiden's bombing.
I see. I get the feeling that this will work with something else that we know. Little guy, are you a music aficionado at all?
Why? Well, I know bits and pieces.
Maybe you might not know either. I need you to analyze this guitar.
Oh, this thing's pretty nasty. Wait,
What's with you?
Dr. Kimishima, where did you find this? Wait, more importantly, how did this happen to her?
Her? It was in the victim's room. Stephen's, that is.
The neck was broken in the explosion?
Probably, yes. So what?
Son of a bitch. The raging bomber's gonna pay.
Hey, calm down. What's wrong?
I can't calm down. This guitar belonged to musical legend Ben Frank. Look, the 1955 Dagmite model. Oh, I can't believe it.
I don't understand. Is that instrument valuable?
It's beyond valuable. Finding this is a miracle. Normally, I'd have it sent to the museum immediately for safekeeping, but oh, damn it. What? Doesn't this get to you, Doctor?
No, not really. I mean, it's a broken guitar.
You don't understand. Listen to me. If this was ever on the market, it would go for $70,000 to $80,000. I wouldn't be surprised if bids went over $100,000.
That's impressive.
Now it's personal, Dr. Kimishima. We have to put this bastard, this killer behind bars.
Yes. Well, I agree. In any event, a guitar worth more than $100,000. That's not the kind of thing an ordinary student would be able to afford. Perhaps I should have him look at it once he's calmed down a bit. Yes, these two can be put together. Aiden Posner and Stephen Eldred. The conditions of both explosions were the same, and both explosions were about the same strength. There's a good chance that these two deaths were caused by the same person after all. These pieces of metal were found at both Aiden's and Stephen's deaths. Material analysis showed that both pieces were chemically identical. That means yes, it's quite likely that both pieces were cut from common steel pipes. There's something else we discovered about the metal fragments. That is, indeed, black powder was used as the propellant for both explosions. The same components, the same metal casing. The bombs in these cases are the same type of explosive. Yes, these two can be put together. They both have carbon dust on their fingertips, but there's something quite different between the two of them. That is, yes, the substance was on Aiden's right hand, but on Stephen's left. So many similarities and one difference. This bothers me a lot. Little guy, can I borrow you for a moment?
Yes, of course. Do you need me to look at something?
Can you take a close look at this guitar?
Of course. I am a professional after all. I can be impartial.
Please do, then. What can you tell me about it?
There's not much I can say other than... Oh, wait a moment.
Found something?
Yes. It looks like this guitar was played by someone other than Ben Frank.
So what does that mean? Is the guitar a fake?
No, of course not. The scratches, the wear, everything says it's the real deal. But Ben Frank is right-handed, and this guitar has been set to be played by someone who's left-handed.
The guitar's set for a left-handed player? The difference between right and left-handed guitars is... Yes, the string order is reversed, depending on the dominant hand.
I'm surprised you knew that, Dr. Kimishima. When the thinner strings are on the right, it's for right-handed players.
The fourth victim owns this guitar. I doubt that he would lend his $100,000 guitar to anyone else. That makes it likely that Stephen Eldred was... left-handed, right. That information could prove useful. These two may lead us to learn something new. The third victim, Aiden Posner, the callus on his palm is proof of his dominant arm. That would mean he was... correct, he was right-handed. The fourth victim, Stephen Eldred, his guitar tells us which is his dominant hand. That would be his... Yes, the guitar had been strung for a left-handed player. The famous musician the guitar belonged to was right-handed. If anyone were to change the strings, it would be the current owner. Thus, we can reason that Stephen Eldred was himself left-handed. I wonder if this difference will be any help in this investigation. There is something we can deduce using this information. The raging bomber is believed to have been responsible for 4 bombings. Of the 2 cases that I've been investigating, the third and fourth victims, both bombs were made of a metal pipe and used black powder. Also, the wounds on the victims have another similarity. That is, yes, the wounds on the bodies help us determine the strength of the explosions. It turns out that both corpses had almost the exact same wounds. Materials, propellants, power. They all point to the idea that the 2 bombs were virtually identical. Another similarity in the 2 cases is the victims' distance from the bomb. Both Aiden and Stephen had been... Yes, both of them were very close to the bombs when they went off. Same bomb, same delivery method. This all draws us to a logical conclusion that...
The dog.
Indeed. It seems safe to think that these 2 murders were the work of the same person. I think these may help us get closer to solving the mystery. Both the third and fourth victims had carbon dust on their fingers, but the locations of the dust are the major difference between them. On the other hand, we've learned about a difference between Aiden and Stephen. The 2 victims had different dominant hands. From these 2 facts, we can tell that the carbon dust was... Indeed, it was on each victim's dominant hand. I think we've gotten a little closer to figuring out the meaning behind the carbon pattern.
Dr. Kimishima, we've found out more about that man.
What man? Who are you talking about?
Oh, Michael Lang. He really does work for Loan and Taxes.
So that is a real company. Is that his real name?
Yes, though what he does is barely considered legal.
Huh. If that's the case, is there the slightest chance that he's the bomber?
I don't know about that. I'll send you the recording of his interrogation anyway. Please listen to it when you have time.
Got it. Even if he isn't a culprit, he can at least tell us more about the victim. There's no reason to not listen to what he had to say.
Yes, that's correct. I'm his financial agent. He's dead. That's a problem. If that's true, our company will be greatly affected. It seems you don't know, but Mr. Eldred, he owes us $100,000, including interest, of which he has paid $25,000, leaving $75,000. The raging bomber. Well, I've seen the name in the news. This will be problematic. We'll have to take on the dead then. We extremely regret having to hear about something like this. Yes, it's true that we issue unsecured loans. Still, there's no reason to loan money to people with no means of repaying that debt. In all honesty, Mr. Eldred agreed to make a down payment of $10,000 for the loan. Not only did he make that initial payment, he paid $5,000 the first month and another $10,000 the next. His source of income. I'm sorry, but our consumer financial group does not surge within other people's private concerns. Yes, we did loan $100,000 to Mr. Eldred. This was based on the assumption that he could repay the loan. We killed Mr. Eldred? You must be joking. If we killed off our customers, we'd never reclaim what was owed to us. I'd say that we take a much more pragmatic approach.
Hey, little guy, there's something I want to ask you.
Yes. What is it?
Did you know the victim at all before the bombing?
No, I've never seen him before.
I thought so. That makes this a little odd.
Odd? How?
The revolutionary did give advance notice about his next target. Still, the victim this time is obviously different from his previous ones.
What's different about it?
It's... That's it. A politician, a celebrity, and an athlete. All of the other victims up until now were in the public eye. This bombing killed an ordinary college student with no notoriety at all.
That's true now that you mention it.
Perhaps this was a copycat crime after all. Or perhaps, has the raging bomber changed his modus operandi?
We might be wrong to assume that. Maybe the reasoning behind his previous victims wasn't that they were famous.
In any case, we have to continue investigating. Keep finding out whatever you can. Let me know if you learn anything.
Understood. I'll do that. Oh, Dr. Kimishima, I have additional information about Michael Lang. He's a veteran loan shark who's been working with Loan and Taxes for the past 12 years.
I see. It looks like we'll need to do some investigating into the victim as well.
You mean Stephen Eldred?
Right. He doesn't fit the pattern of the previous bombing victim. For example... Right. He's the only one who wasn't particularly well known. Why would the bomber target him at all? If we can figure out why, I think we'll see a great deal of progress in this case. There's more to it than that, though. The victim himself made some unanswered questions. According to Michael Lang, the man from Loan and Taxes, Stephen was $100,000 in debt. The reason for that is that's a likely possibility. The value and the amount here always fit together. Still, how can an ordinary student get such a substantial loan? The reason must be because indeed, there was a deposit made to his account, a large one of unknown origin. That was why the loan shark accepted his means of repaying the debt. This led to Stephen being loaned the $100,000. The more we investigate, the cloudier the truth gets.
Dr. Kimishima, can you hear me?
I'm listening. What is it?
I've asked for another recording from HQ.
A recording of what?
That revolutionary guy. I thought it might be of some use to us. I ordered a copy of the announcement he made before Hayden Posner was killed.
I see. I'll check it out.
Hey, it's me, the revolutionary. What? I'm being recorded? Oh man, this sucks. I'm embarrassed that you're taping my voice. Doesn't matter anyway though. You'll never catch me. I mean, that singer died because you morons are so incompetent. You can't stop me. Do the ignorant masses out there hear that? Here's a little hint. Next up is athlete. Who? Well, I can't tell you. Think about it yourselves. And, never mind. Well then, good luck.
Little guy,
Yes. What is it?
I've listened to the revolutionary statement. Did anything strike you as odd?
Odd. Odd like how?
Oh, maybe I'm just imagining things. It just seems strange to me.
Huh. I didn't notice anything.
All right, I'll listen to it again and pay close attention.
Never mind. Well then, good luck.
Yes, this is the place. It sounds like he was rushed at the end of his statement. I wonder why. I wonder what was happening. We need to figure out what was going on at that moment. Hey, little guy, what's your opinion on this?
It does seem like something caught his attention and he wanted to finish quickly.
Why would he do that? Can you think of any possibilities?
Maybe someone interrupted him. Or he spilled coffee on his desk.
There's no way to prove those, though. We need evidence of some kind.
Well, let's check the spectrogram of the recording. I'll put emphasis on the background and reprocess it to make background noise easier to hear.
Yes, that would be helpful. Send me the revised recording when you're done.
All right. You'll find the data in the recorder.
Good. Let's listen to it again, and be aware for anything going on in the background. That sound That's right. That's the same sound as Stephen Eldred's phone. What does that mean, though? Why is the fourth victim's phone heard in the background of the revolutionary's threat? Stephen Eldred, the fourth victim, had been periodically receiving large deposits from an unknown source. The voice we hear in the recording of the revolutionary was not digitally altered. A distinctive sound, like the victim's phone, can be heard in the background of the recording. The most likely answer we can deduce from these facts is that that's right. The fourth victim, Stephen Eldred. He was the revolutionary. Little guy, I'm borrowing the recorder.
Where are you going, Dr. Kimishima?
I'm going back to the revolutionary's room. There's something I want to confirm.
Hey, Dr. Kimishima!
The analysis says this computer should be voice activated. It used to belong to the fourth victim who lived here. If that person really was the revolutionary,
Hello? Hey! You listening? It's the revolutionary!
so it's true. Show yourself, raging Balmer.
Dr. Kimishima, where are you right
He got me. The Balmer's someone else.
Huh? What do you mean?
We've got to start the investigation over from scratch. Tell headquarters not to let their guard down. Oh, I've been completely fooled. How could I let this happen?
Hello, Nomi. It's me.
Yes. Hello, Melissa. What's wrong?
You don't look happy. Did something happen?
It's nothing. I'm all right.
Really? Come on. I'm your friend. I gotta help you out.
Thank you. You're a very kind little girl.
Excuse me, can I bother you for a moment?
Of course. How may I help you?
Do you know where I can drop a delivery for Dr. Kimishima?
I'm Kimishima. I'll take it.
Really? Perfect timing. Here's your package.
Gabe. I wonder if it's the test results.
Oh, can you sign here, please?
This is pretty low tech. What happened to the digital pads?
I'm sorry, mine's broken right now. Anyway, thanks.
Did you get something? Who's it from?
Yes, it's from a friend of mine.
Wow! Look, Naomi! A fantastic teddy bear! It's so cute!
That's right. But why would he send me this? Carbon dust. Don't tell me. Alyssa? Alyssa! Alyssa! Alyssa!
Dr. Kimishima! No, stay down!
Let go of me! She... It's my fault!
Alright, we're gonna take a little break.